The Giant or the Royal Giant? Today, we find out the answer to that question. Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Emin and welcome to another video. So today we are discussing the Giant and the Royal Giant inside of Clash Royale. Very similar cards, yet they're kind of different when it gets down to it. The one's more expensive, one tanks a little more, and there is definitely a decision to be made, and I've used both of them recently in battles. So today we're going to discuss which one is better and which one you should probably be using in your battle. So we have the Giant in the first loadout in this battle, and let's go ahead and check out the stats of the Giant and what makes him a really good card. Coming in at 2,920 hit points, this Giant is most definitely a beast of a card, and it's only 5 elixir, which makes it almost half the price of the Golem and still has the same hit points. But not only that, but has insane damage and is pretty fast. So all that combined, let's go ahead and see how it stands up against the Royal Giant. Alright, so we are back in the battle and it was almost time to drop this Giant down. So looks like our minions did a good job here, but he is dropping down his Knight. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. What we're actually going to do is drop our Giant behind him. That way he forces the Knight to go backwards, and then our Wizard can follow up on this side and take that Knight out. The Wizard is really good paired with the Giant, so we're going to go ahead and use that pair and see how it does. We'll use the same troops, except we'll use the Royal Giant when we switch it out. That way we have a pretty good comparison of what is going on. So we got to stop this Hog Rider over on the left, but this Wizard and Giant taking care of this building. Oh my goodness, they had to go against a Wizard and a Knight, but nonetheless the building has gone down super quickly, and we have still managed to defend this left side pretty well. So you know what? Might as well go for the 3 crowns. The Wizard got a few hits off. That shows the power of the Giant. Not only that, but it shows this huge amount of hit points. Really saves that Wizard. Let's go ahead and zap these troops over here just to make sure the minions go down pretty quickly, and then we can go ahead and drop down the Knight and get ready for another rush coming in on this right hand side. So let's go ahead and drop the Giant down over here. What I'm actually going to do is drop down the Goblin Barrel right behind the Giant, because when I do that, that is a pretty good strat that I've been using a lot lately. So let's go ahead and do that, and the Wizard will follow up here, and it looks like he is going for the rush on the left-hand side. But you know what? Let's just go for the 3 crown. It's not like it's going to matter anyway. So here we go. Minions going down in a very easy 3 crown with this Giant, providing both the damage necessary and the health to take down these towers. So Giant, definitely a good card, but let's go ahead and see how the Royal Giant stands up to the exact same person on the battlefield. Alright, we are on the battlefield, this time going against Trainer Dopey, who is the exact same guy we faced last time, so it should be an accurate assessment of how good the Royal Giant actually is. So we're going to go and start out going on the right with a Knight. Unfortunately though, he is going to counter with Hog, and we don't have much to go against it, so to make sure that we get the least damage done to our tower as possible, we're going to go ahead and Fireball right over here. And it looks like he has gone with the minions, so we're going to go ahead and Lightning those as well as the Bomber, and hopefully they're going to go down pretty quickly. So it looks like Dopey over here is going for the rush stop, and now it is time to test out the Royal Giants. We're going to go and place them right here behind these goblins as they start going through. It looks like we have 10 elixir. There we go. And then we'll drop the Wizard in the back. It looks like he has gone with a Hog again, and unfortunately we don't have the Tombstone on time, which kind of sucks. But you know what? The Royal Giant is going on the right. Now, this is what I don't like about the Royal Giant. Unfortunately, since he shoots behind everything, he has an incredibly long range, so the Wizard is actually in front of the Giant. So if he deployed anything, instead of going against the Giant, which is the tanky unit, like right here, the Crown Tower shot the Wizard before it shot the Giant, so my firepower died before my tanking unit, which is never good when it comes to a strategy with the Giant. So that's one disadvantage, but let's go ahead and take a look at the actual statistics of the Royal Giant. So, looking at the stats, the Royal Giant is definitely a beast of a troop, just like its counterpart. However, it costs 1 more elixir, has less health, and does less damage. So why would you actually want to use it? Well, the one simple reason is because it has the range. And we're going to talk about the range as we get into the rest of this replay. Because as I was saying earlier, the Wizard being in front of the Giant isn't really good. You definitely want the Wizard to be behind the Giant. However, there's plenty of situations where you have traps in front or things like that, where the troops in the back are going to be trying to be focusing on the Giant, right? Say they put a Tesla farther back, it may not be able to reach the Giant, and it may be out of range of that defense. So the Giant's kind of a combination between an attacking unit and just a normal unit itself. So we're still probably going to be able to grab the 3-star on this, but in my opinion, when it comes down to it, what troop is mainly better, the Giant or the Royal Giant? I think it's pretty clear that the Giant is going to take home the win, just because it's more tanky, it does more damage, and it's just simply a better overall unit than its counterpart, the Royal Giant. However, I think this is just the beginning for the Royal Giant, and they're probably going to be making changes that makes it a little bit better, because me personally, I love the Giant. I really hope the Royal Giant becomes that great troop as well. So here we go, the raid is about to come to a close. We have the Royal Giant up in the top. I think it's actually alone right there. I don't think, oh no, we do have the Wizard helping it out, and that is going to successfully grab the 3 crown for the Ammonite. So it looks like both Giants were able to successfully win the victory, but the Giant comes out on top. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to click on that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later. They're never going to get through the map, and the game is literally going to last forever. Just drop everything, we can make this work.